Today, we are going to make some grass. No, I'm not in Colorado, so it's not going to be that kind of grass. It's our techniques that are so simple and sensible, your mowers will practically build themselves.
Hello folks, it's Mad Dog Merv. Welcome to the Kit Hoarder Stash. Today I've got one that I've been wanting to review for a very long time. I'm going to get started on it, so now's the time to get it reviewed before we get started on it. And that is the 135th, not 132, but 135th scale Nakajima B5N2 Type 97 Kate from Bor-der Models. Yeah, this is something that has definitely been on my list for many years, and they finally came out with a large-scale version. There's some really neat things in here, and there's a couple of little disappointments. We're going to go through that and look at it right now. So starting with the instructions here, you can see you've got a little history. You've got a few pictures. Wow, that's neat. Got a breakdown of all the parts, the decals, and a little photo etch. And they start you by building the engine. Ooh, lots of little parts for the engine. And putting the cowling on. Moving over here to the interior. Fortunately, the parts breakdown is similar, not exact, but similar to the Hasegawa kit in 48 scale, which I built several of. So I kind of know and understand what I need to do here. But here's the interior. Putting it together. There's a little photo etch that goes in. And continuing on with, look at this. Wow. That's pretty neat. Anyway, now getting the wing spar together, flaps in, your tail pieces here, your wing tips, putting all of this fun stuff together. I like the way this, at least it looks like it's engineered pretty well. We'll see what happens when we go to build it, but just looking at the instructions, I'm pretty impressed right now. So getting your fuselage together, the top of your fuselage, that's great. You don't have a big seam running down the middle. Yay, that's nice. Yeah, pretty neat. Your torpedo, which maybe has the breakaway wooden fins, it looks like, possibly. Okay. Yeah, there we go. That's pretty neat. And then the special bomb. Looks like we've got two options for wheels. One gear up with no bulge, and here with the gear down with the flat spot on the bottom. And then you can either put the bomb or the torpedo on board. Pretty neat. Gear up or gear down. Putting your canopy on. And then moving on to painting and markings, which they'll only give you a couple of options. We'll talk about that here in a bit. Okay. Let's take a look at the plastic. The skin, oh boy, lots of little rivet detail, which looks great. Wow, just wow. The flaps here look really good, really well done. Stretched fabric. Very nice, very nice. The detail's amazing. There's no flash, no injector pin marks, any of that fun stuff. Okay, here's your top of your fuselage, which is really nice. The interior of the interior, the framework, that's pretty neat. Interior floor and some other pieces of the interior. I think the interior is what's going to take me the most time here. Here's the engine. Individual cylinder heads. Wow. Landing gear. Rester hook, tail wheel, all that kind of fun stuff. And again, the detail's fantastic. The bottom of the fuselage, your wing spar, all that fun stuff. And look at the detail. The pictures just don't do it justice. But here's the cool thing. I'm looking at some of these panels here, and they've stressed them. They've made them appear to be stressed metal. That is really, really neat. Wow. Yeah, the top of the wings here too. And again, it's hard to see, but the little, I don't know what to call it. Just stressed metal. Wow, this ought to build into a beautiful replica. The machine gun, some more of the interior parts. The holes are already pre-drilled in the seat, which is nice. Here's our clear pieces. Very nicely done. Looks like we got a couple of options on torpedoes even. So here's your Pearl Harbor torpedo with the breakaway fins. Great detail on it. Looks like a standard torpedo. And the special bomb that was made from the from a naval shell. And again, great detail on these. And then this little teeny bit of photo etch, which is still more photo etch than I want to deal with, but still. There's some seat belts, it looks like, a few other little details. We'll see what I do with that. Okay, now let's go to the decals. The decals, they look okay. I'm disappointed in the fact that we only have one carrier aircraft, and that's because, well, this comes with the carrier deck kit for the Akagi. Great. I don't want to build an Akagi aircraft. It would be the last one I would want to build in the series. I'm going to build something from the Soryu. 2 pilots. One was the last torpedo pilot, or the last pilot, Japanese pilot to pass away. Not pilot, sorry, aviator to pass away from the attack. Just died a few months ago. And he actually was one of the aviators that dropped his torpedo. He was the, what do you call it, the bombardier navigator. He was the one that pulled the torpedo on the USS Utah. And the other important, to me, very important aviator came from that same aircraft carrier who dropped one of these and took out the Arizona. So that's what I'm going to build, is an aircraft from that carrier. So I'll have to do something as far as probably my own markings for the most part, but these do look pretty good. There's instrument panels, and here's your nomenclature, radio dials. Yeah, this looks really, really good. I am impressed. I'm anxious to get this one built. The Hasegawa 148 is an amazing kit in and of itself. Falls together I think the first one I built in a total of 5 hours. It went together real easy. We'll see what kind of time this really does take to do, but just looking at the way it's engineered, this should go together very well. So, thanks for joining us this week, folks, and we will see you next week on The Stash.